Hi ladies, I am back again for the second time in one day. I am going to make some chicken chili, and I just wanted to show you what the ingredients were going to be. Only a short part of the video is going to be alive, and then the rest will probably be still pics. So right now I'm just going to show you what the ingredients for the chicken chili is going to be. So last night I soaked my pinto beans and black beans. I used half a bag of each and soaked them overnight. And here we have 3 chicken breasts, which I am going to cut up in cube a little bit later. I am going to be using Sazon Goya. Goya, oh boya. You see those words there. I'm not Hispanic. Con culantro y achiote. I don't know if that's right or not. Coriander and annatto. I'm going to be using that for flavoring pretty much. I will also be using bay leaves to flavor the beans while they cook. Chili powder. Crushed red pepper, which you don't have to use unless you like heat, and I like heat, so I'll be putting some crushed red pepper in mine. A can of Del Monte, or it doesn't have to be Del Monte, any kind of tomato sauce or tomato paste is what I normally use, but I don't have tomato paste, I have tomato sauce, so I'm going to use what I have here in the house, and this is a 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I am going to be using some peppers. I normally use green, but I want to be a little fancy for the video, so I'll be using orange, yellow, and red peppers. Onions, and these are like super small, like these are like the size of golf balls almost, so I'll probably be using like 6 to 8 of these. But if you have like the normal size that you normally see in the store, I don't know where my mother got these little onions from, but if you had the normal size onions, I would use about maybe 2 of those. And I will also be using some adobo. Now when I cook, I freehand the measurements, so please don't ask me about how much of this and how much of that, because I don't cook like that. Just use your best judgment. I pretty much season to taste, so there'll be no exact measurements of how much adobo, how much red peppers, how much chili powder, or how much, well, the bay leaves don't matter. I'm just going to put like 2 of those in the in with the beans while they cook to flavor them. So right now I'm going to cut up my onions and cut up my peppers and cube the chicken, and then I'll be right back. Okay ladies, so I am back. I have cubed my chicken and drained it, which you can see here. I have cut up my peppers and onions. These are the red, these are the orange, these are the yellow, and these are the onions. I think I actually ended up using about 5 onions. I have drained my beans and put them in the pot. Just gonna, put them in the colander to drain the water off. And now I'm going to add some water to the beans, just enough to cover them. That should be enough. And that sizzling sound you hear is my olive oil getting a little bit too hot too quick. Okay, so I have a frying pan here that I have drizzled with some olive oil. You guys remember those black frying pans? Yes, indeedy. So I just drizzled that with a little bit of olive oil, and here I have added the water to my black beans, just enough to cover. Black beans, I am going to add the bay leaves that I mentioned earlier. That one got broken off. They all pretty much look broken off. Okay, I'm going to have to open it so I can get something decent sized out here. Well, since they're all broken into little pieces, I'm going to be using more than 2 because I can't get out one entire leaf. Okay, there we go. So that'll be like the equivalent of like 3 bay leaves. I am also going to add in here some chili powder, and we'll be adding more, so I'm just going to sprinkle some in here just to get it started, but I'll be adding more as it cooks and I do my taste testing. We are going to add some adobo. Sprinkle a little of that in there. And just a little tiny bit of the crushed red pepper. Tiny bit. And then I'm going to mix all that up so the flavor can combine, and let that do what it's going to do. Now my frying pan over here, I don't want to put chicken in here on camera and start a grease fire. So I'm going to put one piece in here and see how it's going to react. Yeah, that's a little bit hotter than I want it to be. So I'm going to, whoo! Yeah, that's hotter than I want it to be. I don't want this chicken to fry. So I'm going to cut that down a little bit more because I don't want this chicken to, whoo! I don't want the chicken to fry. One moment. Gotta get this under control. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm back. I've got the chicken added in here and I've cut the flame down because I had the oil heating up the whole time when I was prepping the beans and stuff, showing you that. So the oil got a little bit hotter than I wanted it to be. Now I can't get the burner to come back on. I'm going to cut this flame down much lower and put this chicken here because now this other burner won't come back on. So basically you're just going to let the chicken cook until it's like no longer pink, and then I'll be adding that in with the beans once they cook. I'm going to let the beans cook for about an hour and then taste one and see how much it's softened up. How much it has softened up. So I'm just going to cook the chicken until it is no longer pink, and I'll be letting the beans cook for about an hour, and the rest of the video will probably be still pics. So I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, so the chicken is no longer pink. Going to do is dump this chicken into a colander so that it can drain. And after I do that, I will then be adding my peppers and onions right back to this same frying pan. Come on out, little chickens. I'll be adding my peppers and onions right back to this same frying pan because it's all going to end up being together in the long run. So I'm going to let this chicken sit over here, and this will be draining until it's ready for me to add it in with the beans. So here are my peppers and onions. So I'm just going to put those in, and I'll probably cook those until they turn translucent, and then after they get translucent I'll take those and put those to the side, and then the final step will be to combine all the ingredients. I can turn the flame up a little bit higher than I had it for the chicken now. So I know I keep saying the rest of the video is going to be still pics, but from this point on it will be still pics. So I'm going to let that cook for about 10 minutes or so until it gets translucent. Then I'll be back with the final steps.